चैतन्यमण्डितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री प्रभुपाद। हम्म। Okay. Yesterday we saw pure devotion is the free of coverings. Jnana karmadana arvatam anavratam means uh, uh, they are not surrounded. Uh, 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 the uh, अन्याभिलाषिता शून्यम ज्ञान कर्म अदनावृतम. तो अनावृतम यानी कि uncovered. Avrutam means covered and anavrutam means uncovered. So, uh, uh, this is the second part of this Anyabhilashita Shunyam indicates the pure desire to please Krishna, free from the covering of influence of speculative knowledge and fruitive work. That is called Gyan Karmadi Anavratam. Uh, fruitive work, the karma and the cultivation knowledge are inevitable consequences of living in materialistic society. But they are not uh, important or playing any significant role in pure devotional service. So it is better to get rid of it. It should not interfere in pure devotion. So if it is when the devotees indulge in things that are harmful, their mood of pure devotion is effectively covered, means avrutam, and covered pure devotion is a semblance of devotion. So this phenomenon occurs when devotees again take up activities of karma and jnana either by bad association or by neglecting their spiritual practices. And this analogy by Bhaktivinoda Thakur is important. That appearance of pure devotion is linked to the birth of a baby girl. This is spoken in Bhakti Tattva Vivek, chapter 1, and page number 11. Just as the parents of a delicate newborn must protect her from sun, cold, and wild animals, so the devotees also be careful to protect their newborn devotion from the undesirable influences of speculative knowledge, productive activities, and the allurement of the mystic perfections. If the parents fail to shelter their infant, she will not grow to healthy adulthood. Similarly, if affectionate devotees and careful spiritual practices do not shelter pure devotion, it will degrade into unwanted ideas and habits. Nursed to the stage of steadiness, nishtha, pure devotion is relatively safe from affinity for mundane. So Gyan Karma Anavratam, missing Gyan is also becomes mundane and karma is mundane. So such things are impediments. And if they are continued, then our devotional service is semblance. So most of us are performing our devotional service in semblance. So are all types of knowledge detrimental to devotional service? No. The living entities must avoid at all cost knowledge that leads them into impersonal conception of the absolute truth. Or some philosophers argued that the knowledge of liberation is precursor to devotional service, but Vaishnavacharyas and scriptures reject this because they even causeless knowledge and the virakti, vairagya, jnana vairagya, they are concomitant factor, means they will appear on their own upon the progress of devotional service. That is the test that we are really worshipping Vasudev. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayatyasu Jnanam Vairagyam Chadahitukam. Janayati means begetting, just like begetting a baby. So bhakti is in infant stage, and we must protect it from jnana and vairagya to make it healthy. As mentioned earlier, devotees need to cultivate knowledge of their constitutional position as living entities in relation to Krishna and his energies. This cultivation is one of the limbs of pure devotional service. One finds this knowledge taught in scriptures and awakening by one's practice of pure devotional service. Understanding one's relationship with Krishna is helpful to one's spiritual development. One should not worry that gathering such knowledge is materially motivated, and the urge to gather it is born of the desire to know Krishna and thus serves as an impetus to practice bhakti. Impetus means precursor or inspiration to push us further in bhakti. So Srimad Bhagavatam calls such knowledge as causeless, ahaituki. That is Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prajita Janetyasu Vairagyam Jnanam Chad Ahaitukam. Ahaitukam means causeless. So, by rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. This is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, seventh verse. So, if misused, however, even transcendental knowledge can become an obstacle in devotion. One example of such misuse occurs when devotees neglect service in favor of culturing knowledge. Study of devotional scriptures, Bhakti Shastra, is pure devotion, but if such study, a devotee neglects the conclusion of the knowledge that one should serve Krishna according to the Krishna's desires, then the cultivation creates another kind of covering. Do not become puffed up by acquiring the Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav and Bhakti Vedanta degrees. Prabhupada said those who Bhakti Vedanta, they will be given opportunity to become gurus. So that may create some kind of reaching to a high echelon desire, and it is not good. One should remain humble. If the service is allotted to become guru, then we must take it up. Sometimes the devotees think that their advanced knowledge make them superior to other Vaishnavas, arrogant and careless of other feelings by bakery over the fine points of philosophy, squibble, split hairs to put others down. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami denounces such a conduct, which is far from the humble attitude and the ways of great Vaishnava scholars such as Srila Prabhupada. If one becomes a bookworm, reading many books and scriptures and hearing many commentaries and instructions of many men, and will produce doubt within their heart, one cannot in this way ascertain the real goal of life. This is spoken in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 16th chapter, 11th verse. Little learning can make anybody puffed up, and they want to jump in. And yesterday we show the two examples of, Srila Prabhupada's Disciples Conference. If you remember, the conference collapsed because of quibbling and trying to denounce somebody's argument with, they think they are more learned, so superior argument was there. So that is what is that. Pandita, the Pandit, a philosopher is not a philosopher if he agrees with somebody else, some other philosopher. No, they must. Naso muni yasya matim na binna. Because they have a different mindset created by the too much learning, it deviates from the objective of pure devotion. An example of pretty work, not harmful to the cultivation of pure devotion, is attending a relative's funeral. After his father, Jagannath Mishra, passed away, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya to perform a conventional ritualistic ceremony called Pindadan. We haven't touched this part since.
Just this paragraph is good up to the last paragraph.
Okay. Okay. So the point is now the new effect by social convention is coming. Living in greater society also makes participation in social functions and religious rituals inevitable. Such fruitive activities performed in small measure and in mood of detached service do not cover one's pure devotion. However, devotees who purposefully indulge in such activity and place faith in them muddy the pristine waters of Uttama Bhakti. So, we should not accept the norms which are performed, even identical activities like Shraddha that is described, is a social convention, and therefore devotees should participate in. No, there is no requirement. It puts us into semblance. So, an example of fruitive work is not harmful to the cultivation of pure knowledge, is attending a relative's funeral. After his father, Jagannath Mishra, passed away, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya to perform conventional ritualistic ceremony called Pindadan, where devotees to avoid the attending such rites. Common men might unnecessarily criticize Vaishnavas, committing offense and obstruct their own spiritual growth. Similarly, sometimes devotees perform ritualistic fire sacrifice, homam, and discharge of pure devotional service. At the opening of Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada invited local Brahmanas to perform the deity installation with traditional Vedic rituals. He later explains, we are obliged to have Vedic ceremony enacted by Brahmanas because the inhabitants of Vrindavan, especially the Smartha Brahmanas, would not accept Europeans and Americans as bona fide Brahmanas. This has been spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam 6th canto, 3rd chapter, 25th verse purport. Prabhupada says that we invited some social people to enter just to prevent criticism on our second initiated European and American devotees. They would not accept. They said this is Angrez temple. Angrezio ka mandir. So this is derogatory, and we should not give such opportunity. So now everybody knows that it is ISKCON, it's a worldwide organization, and there are a lot of Indians participating. They are not fools like Smartha Brahmanas, no. So the practice of Vedic astrology is also another example, provides another example. Astrology offers nothing more than a detailed description of the workings of the modes of nature. It is a material divinatory science. Thus, Vedic astrology, which follows authoritative books such as the Bhrigu Samhita, is useful for common men trying to understand how to organize their lives in accordance with the results of their past activities. But devotees may also consult an astrologer to get an indication of how their past influences their future. They do this to prepare themselves to deal with potential karmic reaction and prepare, or perhaps to try to minimize them while maximizing their service to Krishna. In going through the motions of fruitive work, such as Pinda, Homa, Jyotish, and even Yogasanas, as implied by the suffix Adi in Gyan Karmadi, Anavratam, a devotee uses the following guidelines to determine whether or not an activity is acceptable to pure devotional service. Dharma Sonatistha punsam visvakshena kathasuya notpade yadi ratim shrama eva hi kevalam. The occupational activities of man performs according to his own position are only as much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of personality of Godhead. This is spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, 8th verse. So, in other words, serious devotees should not perform fruitive activity as if those acts are not useful in some way for devotional service, especially gaining a taste for hearing and preaching. This raises an important question. When does a fruitive work cover pure devotional service? The answer lies in the motive behind the action. To the extent that it is done out of excessive attachment rather than detached duty, devotion is proportionally lost. What it means that if it helps us, encourages us to perform pure devotional service, that becomes an aid. But if it does not, and we become entangled as a ritual only, then it is detrimental. Then it will create abhas. So, excessive attachment is illustrated by two mindsets. First, if I don't do this, I will incur sin. And the second, if I do this, my devotional life will improve. The first betrays a lack of faith in the foundation of devotion. The conviction that Krishna will be true to his promise and protect his devotees from any sin incurred by neglect or worldly duties. Seva papebhyo, sarva papebhyo mokshishyami. So, we have to ascertain that such religious activities which are prescribed, and if it is done for increment of devotional service or without fear that it will destroy his devotional service, it can be performed in a detached way. Not that, it must be performed because it is, and otherwise will be criticized and this and that. Then Prabhupada said, according to time, place, and circumstances, it can be understood, it can be engaged. Srila Prabhupada brought so many local brahmanas and who performed the installation of Shri Krishna Balaram, Radha Shyam Sundar, and Gaurnitai deities in Vrindavan, just not to appease them, but to minimize, their sarcastic or ritualistic, criticism, as if the Westerners are not accessible to learn how to perform Homa. Right. So, excessive attachment is illustrated by two mindsets. First, if I don't do this, I will incur sin. And second, if I do this, my devotional life will improve. The first betrays the lack of faith in the foundation of devotion and the conviction that Krishna will be true to his promise and protect his devotees from any sin incurred by the neglect of worldly duties. Sarva papebhyo mokshishyami. The second discloses the misunderstanding of basic Krishna conscious teaching, which states that fruitive work can neither nurture nor give rise to pure devotion. For instance, in Srimad Bhagavatam declares, Yasyastir bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvagunai tatra samasate suraha harav abhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena asati dhavato bahihi. If one has unflinching devotional service to Krishna, all good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently manifest. However, he who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no good qualifications, because he is engaged by mental concoction in material existence, which is an external feature of Lord. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 18th chapter, 12th verse, as quoted. And again, it's quoted in Srimad Bhagavatam again by Srila Prabhupada in 7th canto, 11th chapter, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and 12 purpose. So the same example used above can clarify how fruitive activity or fruitive works cover devotion if not done with the proper mood of detachment. In the case of Pinda, devotion becomes covered when devotees feel that they will occur sin if they do not attend the relative's funeral, or that devotion will prosper if they do. In the example of Homer, devotion is covered when devotees become too absorbed in performing fire sacrifice, thinking that devotional practice of events like the opening of the temple or deity installation are incomplete without Homer. And in the example of astrology, devotees are covered when they have more faith in the power of destiny foretold by the Jyotis than in the power of devotion or Krishna's mercy. So this is a very good clarification that such ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas, they have to be performed with a sense of detachment, that it must be performed so it will not become an obstacle or disturbance due to some other envious people's, criticism. But if we insist that, there should be homam must be performed before installation of the deity worship, of the deities, that insistence is also a semblance. It is not necessary. Srila Prabhupada installed the deities with pure intent, and these temples are very famous, like Radha Landaneshwar temple. We didn't see fire sacrifice. Even we didn't have proper instruments of homam or proper instruments of, conch shells and other situations in the early times. Well, Srila Prabhupada is seen with pouring milk, yogurt with a ladle. Not with the conch shell. So such insistence is obstructing the pure devotion. That to insist that you should have always this kind of authentic articles, they will argue on that. That is not necessarily. So there are many pitfalls on the path of pure devotional service. Pitfalls posed by fruitive activities, speculative knowledge, yogic practice, and artificial renunciation. But because devotees are strengthened by constant engagement in devotional service in pure company, they can keep such obstacles far away. This is spoken in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, text number 49. If neophyte devotees do not carefully chant Hare Krishna, regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam, visit the Lord's temple, and faithfully worship the deity, they will be distracted by the vestige of their fruitive conditioning. When devotees identify fruitive activities or the cultivation of knowledge with devotion, their pure devotion degrades to Aropa Siddha Bhakti or Sangha Siddha Bhakti. This semblance of devotion can neither attract Krishna nor give one love for him. A final comment on the fruitive activities that cover pure devotional service. Devotees must be careful that even as they work to spread Krishna consciousness, which is itself pure devotional service, they do not neglect to chant and hear activities that form the heart of pure devotion. I have been preaching and it is as good as my chanting, so I don't have enough time to chant my rounds. Okay, I will speak about Krishna. No, nothing can replace. Chanting Hare Krishna is the mother of devotion, nurturing the infant creeper of devotional service. Even though advanced devotees are not obliged to follow regulations of devotional service, a conditioned soul is. Still, as long as devotees are in the material world, liberated or not, they should follow the rules and regulations governing devotional service in practice. Liberated souls should follow in order to teach others by their example, and the neophyte must follow lest by deviate from the strict path. An example of such deviation occurs when devotees turn preaching into a fruitive activity by making a temple a commercial enterprise. Watch out, Prabhus. How often did Srila Prabhupada complain about priests in India for whom worshipping famous deities was merely a means to maintain their families and collect dowries for their daughters? How would Prabhupada react to temple devotees being unnecessarily engaged in the sale of mundane paraphernalia? We cannot overstate the importance of regulated devotional activities. Whether devotees live inside or outside the temple, they must have strong sadhana. We generally accept this standard for temple residents, but strong sadhana is often taught optional for initiated devotees who live outside. This is a misunderstanding. No devotee in conditional state can remain aloof from Maya simply by desiring to do so. The desire and the ability to free of material conditioning must be fortified by the strict cultivation of bhakti. Otherwise, misconceptions will steer when well-meaning devotees off the path of purity and very likely off the path of devotional service altogether. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada writes, quote, in quote, everyone must rise early, take bath, attend Mangalarti, chant at least 16 rounds, attend class, and follow the four regulative principles strictly. If these things are lax, then there is no question of spiritual life. Anyone who does not accept these things staunchly will have to fall down. This is in a letter to Abhiram, Bombay, 16th January 1975. So, Srila Prabhupada's summary about pure devotional service. This section concludes the analysis of pure devotional service as Rupa Goswami has defined it. But this subject is ever expanding and unlimited. This chapter and the last give but a hint of the true glories of pure devotional service. The essence of this chapter can be found in Srila Prabhupada's own words, in which he connects the definition of pure devotional service to the practice and preaching of Krishna consciousness. As we can understand from Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 34th verse, and 18th chapter, 65th verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead wants everyone to think of him always. Manmana bhava madbhaktaha. Everyone should become his devotee, not the devotee of a demigod. Everyone should engage in his devotional service, including Archana, that is deity worship, in the temple. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru. Everyone should offer obeisances from the moment to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These are the desires of the Supreme Lord, and one who fulfills his desires favorably is actually a pure devotee. Krishna wants everyone to surrender to him, and devotional service means preaching this gospel all over the world. The Lord says openly in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 69th verse, Tannacha tasman manusheshu kaschin me priyakritamaha. One who preaches the gospel of Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of all is the most dear to Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord so that human society can be perfectly organized from all angles of vision, politically, socially, economically, philosophically, and religiously. From any point of view, human society can be reformed by Krishna consciousness movement. Therefore, one who spreads this philosophy of Krishna consciousness for the benefit of all conditioned souls in the universe is the perfect in pure devotional service. The criterion is that a devotee must know what Krishna wants him to do. This understanding can be achieved through the medium of spiritual master, who is a bona fide representative of Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami advises, Adav Guru Ashrayam, one who is serious in wanting to render pure devotional service to the Lord must take shelter of a spiritual master who comes in the disciplic succession from Krishna. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 2nd verse. Without accepting a bona fide spiritual master coming in the disciplic succession, one cannot find out the real purpose of devotional service. Therefore, one has to accept the shelter of bona fide spiritual master and agree to be directed by him. The first business of the pure devotee is to satisfy his spiritual master, whose only business is to spread Krishna consciousness. And if one can satisfy the spiritual master, Krishna is automatically satisfied. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. This is the success of devotional service. This is the meaning of the word anukulyena, that is, favorable devotional service to the Lord. A pure devotee has no plans other than for the Lord's service. He is not interested in attaining success in mundane activities. He simply wants success in the progress of devotional service. For a devotee, there cannot be worship other of the demigods' worship. A pure devotee does not engage himself in such pseudo-devotional service. He is interested only in satisfying Krishna. If one lives only for the satisfaction of Krishna, it does not matter whether he belongs to this order of life or that order of life. One's only business should be to satisfy Krishna. This process is completely manifesting in the services or the activities of Krishna conscious movement. It has been actually proved that the entire world can accept devotional service without failure. One simply has to follow the instructions of the representative of Krishna. This is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 19th chapter, 167th purport. So, see, what constitutes pure devotional service? You have direct access in ISKCON, Krishna consciousness movement, to spread the glories, to benefit the human society anywhere and everywhere. Not restricting, oh, you cannot do, don't invite them. No, don't go to them to preach. There are some stupid notions are coming about. Oh, you cannot preach, Prabhu. It is our duty, not your duty. Are Baba, anyone who is Krishna is inspired to preach because he wants to rise to pure devotional service. Why should you curtail? You should provide opportunity. For jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh, hamare agya guru na tare ye desh. Ultimately, you will become guru. Officially, you may not be guru, but you are inspiring others to bring into Krishna consciousness as Marg Pradarshak Guru. You are a guru. Smaller guru, little guru. What is guru? Guru means Lord Shri Krishna, Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. He is inspiring you to preach about his own glories. But he wants you to become instrument. And who can curtail that? Oh, it is our zone. You cannot come here. It is our zone. We are supposed to take the task ourselves. So please do not interfere in our zone. Our zone means our Guru has given us the obligation to continue his glories. Not Prabhupada's glories. Prabhupada never made such kind of arrangement. It is very important that yes, we should have mutual respect for each other, and but there should not be any curtailment of preaching. Krishna has his own plan, and so if one becomes ritualistic or some kind of officiating, rules and regulations, and discourage, then naturally it is not healthy. There must be provision, there must be supervision, and there must be the divine vision. Provision, supervision, and divine vision. That should be the course of action. So, Prabhupada gave a very lucid summary. He stressed that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Through the holy name, he brought the holy name of his own self. And therefore he claims that Sarvatra Pracharbe Hoibe Mora Nam. More Nam, my name. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is so glorious, so glorious. One cannot, think limitedly on the glories of the holy name. So it's our good fortune that so scrutinizingly we are learning about the pure devotional service with so much reference to context and so much as a successive higher and higher application of our awareness of Srila Prabhupada's desire that leads to fructification. So many devotees have tried to preach, but they also faced some resistance within the movement. Well, it can be tolerated as far as possible, but one should try to cooperate, but one cannot prevent the proliferation or spreading of Krishna consciousness movement. Of course, it has to be done regulatedly. So we do cooperate with the regulations, but regulations doesn't mean you cannot preach. Suppose if you are all alone and you are discouraged to preach outside because you are not confirmed whether they will be able to listen. Prabhupada also said, my language of English may not be understood by their language of transformed English from British English. Or even if I want to say something articulate and precise, it is Lord Krishna's mercy that it will come automatically if I have pure desire. But on my own, I consider myself disqualified because everybody would not be able to understand. So I must admit that I am filled with so many faults. So therefore, if there is doubt that Krishna consciousness will not spread, it will be my fault, not the process's fault. I'm following process which is perfect. Therefore, I have every hope to become perfect, and the message will be perfect. So this is the sum total of all perfection. It is Krishna consciousness. And the same way with pure heart and desire, it is going to be, spreading throughout the world. However, restriction will be put, but the force is so much that sometimes we bypass the restriction too. But admittedly, we try to keep it ourselves in confinement of cooperation. And everything will be taken care in due course of time. So we have to cultivate the patience, perseverance simultaneously. Perseverance is not called prayas. No. Perseverance means whenever the opportunity will come, will be called for the service. Persevere. But prayas means, go extraneous by hook or crook to establish our authority in this and that. It is not wanted. Ati sarvasya varjayet. You must, excess of everything because it is dangerous. Sometimes over endeavor will prove to be disastrous. I know one disciple of mine is going out of his way and doing over endeavor, even in the name of Krishna, but imitative, because it is not the direct preaching. Instead of direct preaching, you want to simply glorify the story and popularity, maybe gaining some benefit. These are subordinate, interjecting desires in pure devotional service, and they should be avoided. Status, one may go out of his way to keep his status up. Uh, then he can do, even though he may not be able to do. So over endeavoring, he puts jeopardy in a regulated life, in the ashram that he stays. So there are so many pitfalls, and one becomes, not successful. So why should he be so much obstinately sticking to such kind of endeavors? So this is important, that we must follow for the sake of keeping up our pure devotional service intact. You can utilize anything in service of Krishna. So why not some types of rituals can be also adopted? But if it is not approved, if it is not Shastri, Guru Sadhu Shastra Vakya Chittete Koryanke. Prabhupada does not want us to perform the rituals of, say, Raksha Bandhan, or this worshipping Santoshi Ma, or no. They are out of question because they are not Shastric. The Shastra doesn't mention, neither it upholds the spiritual benefit. Okay, so there are many misconstrued, rituals and in the society that doesn't constitute pure devotional service. And to adhere that and to apply is a semblance of our faith in Krishna consciousness. There are many devotees who may be putting Raksha Bandhan by the sisters because of familiarity, but it is contemptuous to pure devotional service. Anyway, these are some of the reflections, but Srila Prabhupada's summary is very, very direct, and whatever he instituted has been in place. Nobody can object that what Srila Prabhupada gave us, the instructions to publish books, to spread the distribution of the books, and whatever is taken as a ritual of the book distribution, like only in Bhadra Purnima, the Bhadra movement of spreading the donations of Srimad Bhagavatam to the family, extended family, and inspire them to read, make them their life with this spiritual encyclopedia, because they might have even Encyclopedia Britannica in their bookshelves for their children, but this is spiritual encyclopedia of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhadra Purnima can be very well justified endeavor. Christmas book marathon is also very, very important, But just for collection of money, Christmas marathon is a semblance, is a semblance. But spreading Krishna consciousness is extremely important, and that is pure devotional service. So, anybody has any question or comments, Prabhus? Hare Krishna.
Vijayalal Samataji.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Lord
All
Prabhupada.
glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, today we read about how devotees may go to astrologers to get to know about their future karmic reactions. Now, my confusion is about like what I want to understand is a bit more about how results of past sinful actions affect devotees after initiation. Oftentimes, we get to hear that all karmas are burned up at the time of initiation, that Guru takes all our karmas. But we see that devotees still go through sufferings, and many devotees say that these are not results of past karmic reactions because these are zero at the time of initiation. So these are results of aprad that we commit after Diksha. So I am a bit confused about that. Can you please clarify,
No,
Gurudev?
don't get confused. Because past karmas and the reactions the Guru takes on his head and allows the devotee to enter into performance favorable service to Lord Shri Krishna, and Lord Krishna will take care. But the devotees, even in ignorance of so many things or out of habit, keep on performing karmic activities that are becoming bondage. Do you think Guru is going to take that burden also after initiation?
No, Gurudev.
So we will be in problem. All
Mm.
right. And you cannot blame Guru. My Guru is not taking care of my past karma or present karmas also. How is,
Yes, Gurudev.
eh? Eh,
It is also in relation to our surrender as well. At the time of initiation, we are very much beginners,
yes.
kanishtas.
All right.
So we do not have the proper
Diksha
understanding and
kale,
surrender.
Diksha kale shishya kare atmasamarpan. Atmasamarpan
Yes,
means
Gurudev.
he is completely, sold out to the Guru and Guru's desire. And Guru's desires are Krishna's desire to engage him in such services. All right. But many people, while taking initiation, do not understand what is Atma Samarpan. Taking full shelter. So, how can a person continue to commit sinful activities even when they are taking shelter? Shelter is for protection from karmic activity, but if they continue karmic activity and sinful activities, it means they are not serious. They do not understand the meaning of Diksha. A guru can be tolerant, but he is always inspiring to make them advance. The guru doesn't like that kind of burden.
Of course, Gurudev.
Yes, because he has to progress also. From at least Madhyam Adhikari, the guru has also to go further up.
Yes.
But what is proper understanding is that in reciprocation to our serious endeavors in making a progress, Krishna always rewards. ये यथा माम
Yes, Gurudev.
प्रपद्यन्ते तांस तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानो वर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः. As far as the astrology and other things that we go through, there is no harm just to become aware our lakuni and try to work out that they may not become impediment. There are antidotes also. that are required to be followed in the astrology. And when somebody asked Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada, should we or should all the devotees go through astrology? Do you know what his answer was? If you have
No,
umbrella,
Gurudev.
use it. If you have umbrella, use it. For what? Increase of your Krishna consciousness. So the astrology can become favorable if our desires are pure to perform pure devotional service, then it becomes favorable. Otherwise, the astrological chart will create not confusion but aversion. Suppose husband's chart is bad and he is a devotee, the wife will want to reject him. It means unwanted things are happening, and there are a lot of misunderstanding and insincerity towards cultivating pure devotional service is there. Why there are more breakups in ISKCON than outside world even? It is very astonishing. So we can't remain neophyte all the time. Neophytes will be there, they will be predominating the population of Krishna conscious devotees. Yes, because there is a semblance and other knowledge is like a filtration. If one has to be filtered fine to pass through. So you will get the pure nectar of pure devotional service. Krishna made everything subjugating us, even physically. The time subjugates us. Modes of material subjugates us. Whatever the destiny also subjugates us. There are the influence of the greater planetary system. They're going to subjugate us. But subjugate whom? The body, not the soul. Soul can be bewildered according to his attachment to the body. But soul's ulterior desires will interfere, and even though a person has taken initiation in a bona fide organization, linkage and everything is there, but he will be able to, cultivate devotional service up to certain extent and will not reach even to the pure devotional service. But for them also, they have to understand that they are glorious, because even semblance of devotional service will give them liberation. The liberation will be there from the material modes, but then purification is still remaining. So we are given a direct approach to purify our devotion to the spec pure, Vishuddha Sattva stage, where Lord Shri Krishna resides. Didn't Brahma, our original teacher in disciplic succession, tells us that Maya hi yasya jagadanda satani sute Trigunya tad vishaya veda vitaya mana sattvaavalambi parasattvam vishuddha sattvam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. We are following in his footsteps, aren't we? Then what glory is there to remain connected in his sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya? This is the highest benefit. We have to follow Amnaya. Amnaya Sutra should be our guiding spirit. Predecessor acharyas, they are our guiding spirit. and predecessor Acharya, if our Guru has also joined them, then he also becomes guiding spirit.
Yes, yes, yes. Also, at the beginning, we understand the concepts, but the realization comes later, in
Of course,
proportion to the degree we start surrendering.
realization is the product of meditation.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. It's clear now. Dhanavad.
There are some questions on the chat this morning.
Huh?
First one is from Nitya Swarupa. She's asking, is it okay to add some astrological facts when she's preaching Bhagavad Gita, like Sanchit Karma, Prarabdha, and Kriyaman Karma? Sometimes it helps her to get her friends to take up chanting.
Mm-hmm. Nitya Swarupa or who?
First, then Bhagat Anvaya, and then
um, yes, Sampath Kumar Bhattacharya, Aparajita, was our very good friend. And he was glorifying Srila Prabhupada a lot. So
Yes, Guru Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisance to Lotus
yes,
feet.
yes. He installed
Yesterday,
Radha Madan Mohan in Hyderabad.
yes, Guru.
But he also was residing in New Vrindavan with us because his sons were engaged in Balaji Temple in Pittsburgh. So he used to frequently visit us. He was a very good
Jai.
friend of ours. I have personal, interactions with him.
Jai. Yes, yesterday I was trying to send you a YouTube link where Prabhuji was, His Grace Anand Mahaprabhu was elaborately telling about the pastimes of the installation ceremony and Hyderabad temple, where
Yeah.
Sampath Kumar Bhattacharya was called by Srila Prabhupada.
Right. But they are friends of devotees, okay?
Yes, Guru.
All right. Nitya Swarupa is telling, is it okay to blend some astrological fact with what Bhagavad Gita recommends, like Sanchit Karma, Prarabdha, and Kriyamana Karma? Astrology cannot eradicate the inherited, unpaid reactions of the karma. They will have to be, coming as an obstacle to develop our pure devotional service. That is called Sanchit Karma. Prarabdha means future. Prarabdha means what we have the unseen activity that we might end up doing because of the influence of the modes of nature, that will give the reactions also, but they are awaiting. And Kriyamana Karma means current activities. They may not be done in pure Krishna consciousness, but mixed consciousness. So that also creates reactions. And generally, we remain more or less under ignorance about pure devotional service. That will be the reaction. So how come astrology is going to help us? It's better that the conclusion of all Vedic literature comes from the mouth of spiritual master. Become Krishna conscious. Do not waste a moment by chanting, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, spreading the glories of Lord Krishna through Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout the world. Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh, hamare aagya guru na tare yahi desh. That is a blanket order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that everyone should become a guru or whatever the kind of guru, but become a guru and spread the glories of the holy name. At that time, there is no residual karma remaining. Idam guhyam parman bhaktesha vidhasyati bhaktim maim param kritra jatinatra samshaya na chatasmat manusheshu kaschin me priya kritama. This is the concluding opinion of Lord Shri Krishna about the one who spreads his glories amongst the devotees. Everybody is a kind of devotee, isn't it? So encourage them and make them more proficient in understanding pure devotional service and remain under the shelter of the spiritual masters and his orders.
Thank you, Gurudev. Pranam. Agree, Guru.
Haribol. Jagatanvaya Devidasi is writing, someone who is chanting a few rounds of Mahamantra has faith in Krishna but not in ISKCON directly should Srimad Bhagavatam, at least the first canto, be given or discussed with them. Why not? Glories of Krishna consciousness should be spread. And he will increase in his faith and rounds and commitment. It may be gradual.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bilva Mangal Thakur. In the context of your Santoshi Ma and Raksha Bandhan statement, is Holika Dahan mentioned anywhere in the Vedic scriptures? Yes. That is there.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
And Ojasvi also has a stand-up.
Are the happiness and distress in the life of a neophyte devotee the result of Kriyamana karma? Only? Not necessary. How come an initiated devotee remain neophyte?
Maybe because we're studying, but we haven't got any realization yet.
If he is not serious to his vows, he will be remaining neophyte. They may give up the guru even.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Yeah.
Pranam. But when we are practicing Mishrit Bhakti, mixed devotional service, like semblance, so aren't we still neophytes?
No, because unless and until desire to remain faithful to the desire of Guru and Krishna, and try to endeavor in that direction will not keep you neophyte. You will be in Madhyamadikari level.
Okay,
A neophyte devotee doesn't associate with the devotees, advanced devotees. He thinks he has direct connection with Krishna, Guru is good. So now, because he is initiated, he is qualified to do anything and everything. Mm.
Ojasvi Prabhu.
So,
Oh,
sorry.
All right. Mm.
Ojasvi, you may speak.
Pure devotional service is defined as full engagement, constantly executed. Where do grahasthas stand as they have to work? Well, they are dangling in abhas, or sometimes abhas and sometimes pure devotional service. Do you know who will win? Pure devotional service will win. And they will be frustrated in work and everything. The taste of pure devotional service is very, very sweet and alluring. It's not at all bitter. Love cannot be bitter. Right now, they are tasting sweet, bitter taste. They have to give up the bitter taste. Only the time is the factor. Time is inconspicuous or conspicuous by its absence. Huh?
Yeah, conspicuous by its absence.
What is that?
Time is conspicuous by its absence.
The time is conspicuous by its absence in the spiritual world. But in material world, yes.
Ojasvi Prabhu.
Jai Ojasvi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances, Gurudev.
Glories to Prabhupada.
Gurudev, I have a question from a very long time, and I thought I'll ask it over here in this forum, Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
Guru Maharaj, the bhakti, what I do, I think I've been doing bhakti on an intellectual platform. Because whatever I'm doing, I'm chanting, offering bhoga, so that I get the benefit. If I don't offer, I will eat sin. If I don't chant, I will not get purified. If I don't perform my services, I will not get purified. So everything what I do in the path of bhakti, I'm feeling that I'm doing more on an intellectual level rather than on the level of heart, or at the level of, I want to do this for Krishna. So, Guru Maharaj, how do I change this consciousness from an intellectual level to the level
Oh
of the
my
heart?
God. The second chapter tells there is no difference between Bhakti Yoga and Buddhi Yoga. If your
Okay.
intelligence is geared on serving Lord Shri Krishna, surrender to Krishna, that is the only function of the soul. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekehe kurunandana. And intelligence has to discriminate between what is temporary and what is eternal. That is the only function. Na sato vidyate bhavo na bhava vidyate. So, if you are intelligent, then that is yoga in alignment. It's not contradictory. Bhakti Yoga and Buddhi Yoga, according to Krishna in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, is the same.
But Guru Maharaj, there is no feelings, there is no heart in it. It is more mind. I'm doing because I have promised Guru, I promised you that I will do this. I'm
That's all
offering
right.
bhoga.
Okay. The love is not exposed, but it doesn't mean that you do not have, you are bereft of love. When you will become free from all obligations, you will be Mukta Purush, and you will open the chest of love to totally dedicate your life for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna.
When will that happen, Guru Maharaj?
You say,
Jaldi karo
earlier the
Guru.
better, but play wisely, you know. Play wisely.
Okay, Guru Maharaj.
Very
Because
good.
at the moment, everything I do, I think I'm doing more because I should do it for my benefit, is where I think I'm
All
going
right.
in.
Okay. Are you attending GBC College? Did you ever approach?
I
Uh,
approached them. I approached them 3 times, and they will be contacting you, Guru Maharaj. That's what
they will
they're
be
saying.
contacting me. Oh,
Yes,
good.
so that I can get an approval from you. I'll follow up with them again, Gurudev.
But then, when I see them, I will recommend directly. Okay.
Okay, Gurudev.
Uh,
Okay, Gurudev. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. But
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Aparajita.
Haribal.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. So in the previous classes, you mentioned that if you do not seriously take up the devotional service, devotees will be forced by the laws of material nature, and somehow at one point of time, the devotees can again, if in a neophyte stage, will take back to devotional service if they are not serious. So in the neophyte stage, Guru Maharaj, is this the obstacle which is creating them not to realize that they are not advancing, and because the force of
There are many reasons for a neophyte. They do not want to associate with the devotees. They want to stay neophyte. They think this is it. Their shortcomings become great obstacles in the path of progress of pure devotional service. But out of compassion, an advanced devotee can induce them, become friend, and should not create a delusion of doubt in them, but himself acting in such a way that inspires him to act similarly, then naturally they will be falling in the line of serious devotees. It's out of compassion of an advanced devotee that they will become serious devotees.
So, Guru Maharaj, there are devotees who take initiation and then we don't have any kind of address of them, and then they are thinking that they are chanting, and sometimes they are not in association. So sometimes when they come to us and then again try to be very normal and try to inquire, so that is where we try to hold
Yes,
ourselves not to reveal so much, but just to remain
yeah,
in good association with them.
naturally. A, uh, a, a purified devotee, at certain extent, even will cultivate uh, the mm, attitude not to commit offense, by discouraging somebody. Neophyte devotees, when they are given some responsibility to preach, they become, oh, you cannot go beyond my jurisdiction. You have to ask me. Even if you have to see your guru, you ask me first. Wow. As if guru is his private commodity. Huh? Guru doesn't have real relationship with his disciples. That is, discouragement. So encourage all the time. Some may come infrequently, some may come frequently.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Haribol.
Jyotsna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances.
Srila Prabhupada.
Gurudev, as the other, the Ojasvi Prabhu was saying, the same thing I have. Like when I'm chanting, I am chanting because my spiritual master has ordered me to do that. I do not have taste for it, but I am supposed to be chanting. That's why I am chanting. So when I am preaching it to the other people, that the glories of Harinam, I feel duplicious in my heart, Gurudev. That what I'm saying, I am not experiencing it myself. How to deal with it, Gurudev? Should I still continue sharing?
Definitely. The constant endeavor, it is not over endeavor to reach to the goal of Krishna consciousness, pure devotional service, is a progressive march. It progresses. We saw how many semblances are there, and a number, and we have to progress, and we do not become victimized. It's not that all the semblances we are, harboring. No, some semblances we must be harboring, but it is applicable and understanding in that particular as naturally. One should not be over learned, too intelligent to discard the philosophy. That is Muni. We will never become agreeable. But no, if we follow in the footsteps of Mahajan, that is the path chalked out by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada could do, Srila Prabhupada has encouraged even the most disqualified people and made them qualified. Prabhupada would tell sometimes, you guys are nowhere, but I'm making you qualified. So go ahead and do it. And the person will be inspired. Oh, even though we do not deserve this qualification, but our spiritual master is making us qualified. So don't be despair. There is no despair. It takes time. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Pranams
Hare
to you.
Krishna.
Vidyalasa has a question on the chat.
What's up?
Some senior devotees say that we should not contact Guru Maharaj directly, but we should go through a local representative. How should we take that?
In the absence of your Guru Maharaj, you can continue to take shelter of those instructing devotees. That's okay. Why not every disciple who is initiated become representative of his Guru? Only one is qualified. Guru wants everybody to qualify. That's why he has given initiation. This is not like a gambling. Oh, if I initiate 60,000 disciples, at least someone will become pure. So number game is there. No. Initiation is not like that.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Krishna is entering in the heart of Devaki by initiation of Vasudeva. So, दीक्षा काले शिष्य करे आत्मसमर्पण. Then what? Guru reveals accordingly. Looks like after even Diksha, if Guru remains untouchable to his Shishyas, what is the fun?
But Guru Maharaj, we should learn enough not to take material problems to Guru.
And that can be done by instruction, but that does not, say you cannot say. Some people have direct relationship with the Guru, and Guru enjoys their company and instructions to them, giving all the time. If Guru gives instruction to some devotees, please do not send too many people to see me, then there is something else. But Guru does not restrict his disciples in the time of necessity.
That was exactly my concern, Guru Maharaj,
Yeah.
because whenever I meet God
Some
brothers,
do
God sisters,
some do cultivate the habit of over dependency of the Guru with the same problem and does not even care to take care of the instructions for mitigating that problem. So what?
yes, Guru. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Sitara is talking about consciously try to avoid jadya, means laziness, vikshepa, distraction, and udasin means indifference while chanting. Good. That will arouse taste in chanting and make it attentive and take away the monotony. Means monotonous, the same thing every day, chewing the chewed, no juice. And that does not happen with the holy name. Don't think chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is chewing the chewed. Holy name is dynamic. Your brain may not be dynamic, it's jadya. It's like, here it is said laziness, but jad means completely dead, not living. In laziness, nobody wants to respond. So it's just like as good as dead matter called jad, which is completely opposite to conscious. Jadta is completely a negative effect, is a deadly effect. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is aligned with the consciousness. Even the holy name is so conscious of everything. Don't think it is simply alphabetical arrangement. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai.
Srila Gurudev ki jai.